Tirelessly, this group of people work daily to impact not one life, but all our lives. And we want to spotlight them today and celebrate them in a remarkable way. Our first guest is here. He too is a harbinger of great news. Welcome, Gregory Ibe Jr. Gregory Ibe Jr. is a Chancellor and Managing Director of Innovate Hub. His profile is quite intimidating. We'll take it now.
You're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Gregory Ibe Jr.
Thank you.
Okay, today we are celebrating our unsung heroes, and I know that you're on that path. What motivated you? How did it start for you?
For me, I think it was really intrinsic. It's a self-motivated thing where as the middle child of my family, I was really led to do my own thing. So I was able to kind of find myself on an earlier path and pretty determined and resilient to continue to push and keep evolving. And not to mention being able to have a platform like this to be able to reach the masses. I think that is very, very important.
Amazing. You know, when we read Chancellor, Managing Director, we were expecting, you know, just like everybody assumes. Those are very powerful titles. And stereotypically, just the way we tend to think, we're looking forward to seeing somebody older. We're doubly inspired
Thank you very
by
much.
you and what your CV reads that you've accomplished in a short time. But did you set out to make impact intentionally? And how did you know that people were taking notice?
I think that, you know, the goal is just to actually look within and create out of myself. And that, in essence, is going to pass that energy off, feed other people, and be able to empower as much people as possible. So I wouldn't say I set out with this particular path in mind, but I knew that I had infinite opportunities and infinite possibilities, and all I had to do was keep working, keep being focused, and I knew that I would achieve where I am.
Great success. Okay, just tell us exactly what you do. Let people understand it from you.
First, I think on a day-to-day basis, I'm in Innovate Hub, right on Airport Road, the big yellow building that you see when you're coming from Abuja Airport.
Okay.
And what we do there is we really have been working closely with the Ministry of Education. Just last week, the minister, Dr. Alausa, he came to visit us, and we worked really to take research from research to publication, like we see in the Nigerian education system all the time, to research to impact to commercialization. So it's a really long journey, and we're acting as an accelerator to kind of take those projects off of just the paperwork to bring it to life, to bring it to the Nigerian people, to solve Nigerian problems, which we ultimately believe is Africans' solution.
True.
To stop the mindless importations of solutions that are not necessarily feeding Nigeria or feeding Africa, to have us own the narrative, create our own solutions, and share it out with the world. So that's on the day job. And while I'm at that, I'm also working with Gregory University. Right now, we are 15 years going into our...
15 years?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, our 10th convocation this year. It's a massive deal. And just last month, we were able to induct our second batch of medical doctors, 83 medical doctors out in Abia. It's really, really impressive. It's really, really seeing the lives that we touch, seeing the lives that we impact, seeing the kind of community development that has gone on over the years. It's really been special, so I do that, and then Skill G and then the likes. So it's a lot.
A whole lot going on.
Yes.
A whole lot going on.
You know, by the time, I know you would not like us to call you a legend, but I mean, you are that and more. You and your entirety, what you represent has become that. It was not intentional, but you are there now. Yeah. How are you, you know, people are seeing you as a role model. Amazing. Nigeria, bringing all what you have studied, what you have learned, you are coming to domicile it here to impact people here, young people. When young people come approach you, I know they are doing that in droves. What are you telling them?
You know, I really tell them I like math, so I like the problem-solving nature of math, and I tell them all the time to dive into solving problems, to focus on trying to identify the problems. Even not as even young people per se, even older people we've had come to the hub and take our experience, and the takeaway is the mindset shift. They have a shift that now they're able to identify problems in their localities and then think of possible solutions for those problems. So the young people around us have to be problem solvers. We have to be focused and try to deliver just our economy, our society, our communities.
Yeah, indeed, to develop our economy, we must all be problem solvers. Now, like we said, who are these heroes? Who are these everyday heroes? Do they wear cape or that popular Spider-Man suits that make them fly? Well, we'll find out from NTA Yola. Tell us.
In every part of the world, they are tribute to those who have shaped lives, lifted others, and left their mark where it matters most, at home or in the community. However, for some, their journey began with a defining moment, one that shaped not just a path, but a purpose.
Since I was growing up, my mom, she's a businesswoman. She sells different kind of things, provision, and so on and so forth. So while growing up, looking up to her, and she showed me most of the things that I want to do as a businessman. From the other angle, my dad shaped me in terms of from the education perspective, especially Islamic education. And I grew up in a community where most people struggle, but there is a bonding love within ourselves, right? Almost in our community, almost all the friends that I have and neighbors, we all love each other. The good experience is that when you live with people, you try to understand their own problem. You try to make them to understand who you are. You share common things together. You live together, you celebrate together, and you also sometimes mourn within yourself, where the Almighty God has, bring we cannot say calamity, but one of His own will.
It was in this defining moment that they discovered their purpose to serve, to lead, and to make a difference.
The community that you grow up is facing some challenges, and I can tell you that there are some challenges that since you are growing up, these challenges are still existing in the community. Now, if you know some of the solution that you can be able to provide to that community, no matter how it is, come and showcase your talent and then try as much as possible to see how you can be able to help the community.
However, from humble beginnings came a wave of impactful accomplishments that touched lives and restored hope. But it wasn't without resistance.
The most important thing is to prepare for the challenges and also manage any situation you find yourself in. There are a lot of challenges, but I'm prepared for it and I'm managing them as the way they come. If I'm struggling in something, I am sure that I'm not the only one that faced that kind of challenge. So I will take myself to review and see, okay, this challenge that I'm having, how can I overcome it? Is there any reference of someone that actually have this challenge? Can I check whether to ask the person or whether to do my research and see how I can be able to overcome the challenge?
But today, their work stands a testament to what is possible when passion meets perseverance. A future where others rise, not in their shadow, but in the high of hope and motivation.
Even when you are in primary school, when you're in secondary school or when you're in university, it's good for you to at least do a business or learn some tangible skill that can be able to shape your life. Forget about what you are seeing outside there. Be your own destiny, helper. Nobody will help you except you yourself and also your creator.
We should understand and they should know that whosoever that has prospered in life, he is once a youth. And if he has not controlled himself, being very serious, being very focused, going through the education, the Western education, and also the Islamic aspect of it, will not reach where they were.
But they can't do it alone. We need each other to build, to heal, and to grow as a people. Greatness isn't found in riches or titles, but in impact, in service, and in love for community.
We are urging individuals, NGOs to come to our own community by empowering them, by making them to be self-reliant, and by also, enlightening the community.
So if someone can identify a very pressing challenge within the community and the person will let us know and see what we can be able to do.
And so, their legacy continues to inspire and uplift others. In every corner of this nation, a country legend is waiting to emerge.
Reverend Olaseyinde Toluwani Olabode, aka Tolu Sax. It's a pleasure to enjoy your performance here on Weekend Deal. Thank you so much. You're making our day. Okay, it gives us great pleasure to introduce our next guest, a young entrepreneuring lady. Her name is Bilikisu Aliyu Khan. I was saying, what interesting title did I put in front of your name? She said, please, I'm plain Bilikisu. She's a mass communication graduate, but today she's renowned as a woman climate champion from 2024, and she's still making inroad into waste to wealth management. Her profile is next.
welcome the beautiful Bilkisu
Thank you
Aliu Kana.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, tell us, let's start this conversation. Mass communication, climate, changing waste to wealth. Tell us, what happened? Why did you fly from doing our job to going into climate, and then now you're turning waste to wealth? Tell us about that.
Okay, so I'm a proud mass communication graduate, no doubt about it. So that's why it makes it a lot easier for me to communicate with people in the community. Because as a mass communicator, you learn how to communicate with different people from different backgrounds and all of that. So me digressing to waste to wealth, making me an environmental advocate, it's simple. You know, our environment, we need to, our environment, if the environment is wealthy, it will be healthy for us. Absolutely. So you being a graduate of mass communication, be it you are an engineer, you don't need to shy away from the environment. Because if the environment is not well kept, that means you are not the engineer that you are not that mass communicator that you are. You need to communicate to people, talk to them the importance of you keeping your environment clean. And it's not just keeping the environment clean. You need to give waste another life, which is what I do. I give waste another life by reusing and advocating for people to reduce the use of waste. Instead of using plastic waste, I tell people to jump into alternative use, which is reusing bottles that you can reuse again, reusable bottles. You see, most times when you take your pure water nylon, right, after taking the pure water, it's finally end up in landfill, which clogs our drainage system. And before you know it, it leads to erosion, from erosion, flooding. The flood that happens in Niger State, in Maiduguri, a single plastic that clogged the drainage can lead to that. So that's why I come up with the initiative, which is waste to art. We use waste to make beautiful creatives, like flower vase. We use waste to make beautiful sites too, which can be in your parlor, in your living room, anywhere. We use waste to make flower vase. Instead of you going to the market to get plastic, you actually use waste. To shock you, and we also do more of environmental education. This is where me being a mass communication graduate comes to play. We go to school, we educate people, talk to them about, you know, we believe in catching them young. Because yes. You as a kid, if you are in school, you can easily assimilate and learn more. So we make it interactive and fun. My organization, EcoCycle, that I work with, I'm part of the communication lead. So what we do is we go to school, we educate them. We made it very interactive by using our plan game. I don't know, it was on the screen. The plan game is play, learn, and act now.
Play, learn, and
act now, yes. Okay. So we made it fun for the kids, because if you go to the school, 4 hours of a classroom, it's boring, talking. So when you make it fun and interactive, they assimilate very easily. They learn very fast and grasp the knowledge of what you're sharing to them. So the card game comprises of the environmental problems and solutions. So when you drop a problem card, the next person provides a solution to it. And we made it in such a way that it has a dictionary inside. Dictionary, if you know, each profession has what we call as jargons, right? Yeah. Which is being understood by those people in that field. So we have a dictionary which breaks it down for the kids to understand. Just like when you tell them what is ozone layer depletion, now they might not know. So when you go back to the dictionary, it makes it very easy for them to understand what that means.
Indeed.
Yes. Wow.
I know there's a lot more that you are involved in, but so far this is quite inspiring. And in fact, we're getting inspired as we sit here, because Nigerians have heard talk like this in the past. Perhaps now that younger people are telling stories that perhaps some of us ought to have told, it will give everyone a wake-up call. Greg Jr., if I were to ask you to say a word or two to her, you are doing ICT, Innovate, Skill G and all. She's talking waste to wealth. Is there can you find a meeting point in terms of interaction and pushing this legendary act forward?
Well, there's a massive correlation with what your organization does in ours. We have over 15 different departments, and one of them is Ecolab, where we are also doing waste to wealth projects, where we're also weaving pure water sachets into fabrics to create mats, to create hats, to create school bags, shoes as well. So we're definitely, it's aligning in what we do. And in Innovate Hub, what is critical that you will see once you step into the building is the nature and the creativity in the space. You see it all through, and it's something that is intrinsic in Africans, in Nigerians. That creativity has to come out of us. And that is...
Okay, let me again ask you a question. If you go on the internet, there are so many young men that will parade what they have invented.
Yes.
Some solar, some even, I saw a helicopter the other day, it actually took off and all that. Are you looking to, bring those ones in and say, yes, because a lot of them, we see them on the internet and they fizzle out.
Yes.
Are you reaching out to some of these people?
Absolutely. We run programs, and which is something rather unique about our space in compared to all the other hubs out there, which are more like co-creation labs where you sit down. We're all focused in actually development, taking you through the product life cycle, teaching you business, helping you understand how it is that you're supposed to scale a business. So not only are you working on your product, you're also learning about the business, because we found with SkillG, which has been around Nigeria for over 30 years, we found that a lot of the government intervention is about giving to the people these big equipment, whether it's sewing machines and things like that, and in a short time span, they end up selling it. So what we do is that not only are we working on your product to actually deliver a solution that is friendly, highly locally sourced production, we're also teaching you business. We're showing you how to run a business, how to model your finance, how to bookkeep, how to pitch your idea, how to go out there in front of investors and really seal the deal. So we're a full package. It's a one-stop shop.
It sounds very interesting, but we know it's quite rigorous. It's not a work in the park.
Yeah.
But we know why. What really warms our heart is that in our time, we're seeing, when we use the word legends, we're celebrating young people. Yeah. It's totally an inspiration. And I'm sure it is for all Nigerians who are watching from different parts of the country. Let me talk about EcoCycle. We're celebrating here in Abuja, but the whole world is watching. But let's work with the states in Nigeria. How well situated are you nationwide? Because many young people are looking up, even many women. Many young women, young girls, they need this kind of role modeling, they need this kind of mentorship. How are you situating yourself and your organization to impact them on a one-on-one?
Okay, so we do more of community empowerment. We go to we empower, recently, last month we empowered some women, we engage them on waste to wealth. This waste is not something you buy with money. This is something you use and you need to give it another life. So we educate them, empower them, and we also give them startup kits to start up their own business.
In what states of the Federation?
In Nasarawa State. Yes. Nasarawa, Nigeria. Let me put it that way. And we also, even in Lafia, the state capital, we empower people. We taught them how to make bricks using wastes. Yes, PET bottles, sand. Taught them how to make bricks, pavement bricks. Yes, interlock. We taught them that. And even in Suleja, we went there, we educated them, we empowered them as well. In Adamawa State, our plan game is there. We go to schools as well, teach them. We don't just teach them and leave them that way. No. We empower them and we give them startup kits to start up their own, for them to be financially independent. Like for the women now, you don't just need to depend on your husband always. Like what we told them, Madam, you don't just go to your husband always and ask for money. But with this skill now, you are financially independent somehow, not 100%.
Yeah, but at least.
Yes, but at least you are bringing something to the table. Yes. So giving them that startup kit, we give them that sense of belonging, that we don't just come and talk to them. We empower them. Just like he
you
rightly
check
mentioned.
up on them.
Yes. We literally go for focus group discussion, just like the one we recently ran up at UK now. We are going there by August to go there, and we don't just go there. After making those crafts, we buy from them as well to encourage them so that we keep on producing it.
Okay. So, another thing I can also, sorry, I'm digressing a bit. When you said, at least you're bringing something to the table, I begin to think, what if I go to every house and bring tables? I'm tired of people bringing things to the table.
Oh, you want to bring the table?
Yeah, every time, what are you bringing to the table?
When you bring the table, we get another table.
Okay, just a joke. For waste to wealth, I think one critical part is the collection of this waste. Are you talking to people? Because in other climes, you see people say, they should be dumped here, the plastic here. Are you educating people? Because collection is a big deal. What are you doing about collection?
Okay, like waste separation, teach them waste separation. There's plastic waste, food waste, and all of that. So teach them how to separate the waste. You can't just mix waste and food waste and plastic waste together. Yes, like food waste, now you can use it to make fertilizer. Yeah, there are so many ways to go about it. Waste is not waste. Except you throw it away. Waste, I tell people, waste is treasure, waste is cash, waste is money. You can make money out of waste, yes. So teach them how to separate the waste and tell them the reason why they need to separate the waste. If it's plastic, plastic have so many ways of using them. If it's pure nylon, right, you can use them to weave them together and make bags. If it's PET bottles, you can use them to make sides too. And mix it with sand and make pavement bricks. So these are things we teach them. We don't just talk to them, we educate them, make them see reasons. Not telling them authoritatively. We make them see reasons why it is important for them to do it. Yes, you know, when you are intentional about it, the way you talk to people about it, we make them have that sense of belonging to accept what you're telling them.
Buy in.
Yes.
They will have a buy in.
Yes. So one thing about this whole thing is the intentionality in me push me forward to talk to them and make them see a reason why they need to adopt to all these ways to work.
Indeed. Wow, that's quite interesting. You know, she talked about being a mass communicator, and we're asking Patience, as mass communication, where are you going? We are seeing the mass communicating spirit in her, you know, and the energy you're bringing to that team. You know, there are many tables. The energy you bring to every table you visit, whether the table is figurative or literal, the energy you bring can be a sort of inspiration as well. You know, earlier I would say these people, Gregory, Billy Kisu, and others like them, are working tirelessly on a daily basis. This is an integral part of the tireless effort, talking a mass to the world, and that's how we go to Enugu. Enugu, their voices have been heard here in Abuja. What are the voices resonating over there, and how are they becoming legends in that community? Please share.
In every community, in every generation, a voice rises, clear, courageous, and full of conviction. This is the story of Ambassador Onyinye Joy Mama, popularly known as The Voice, a real-life change maker, breathing hope into her people, one act of love at a time.
Too many things inspired me. The family I came from, I have giving parents, very caring parents. I was taught so much about love. And that love crept deep into me and began to create a second pattern of my life that I naturally enjoy. I'm not struggling to help people. I'm not struggling to show love. I'm not struggling to accommodate.
I started working with her when my mom died, so it was like the whole world has come to an end. I just go back to my inner circle. So when I met her, she was like, no, you have to come out. She has inspired me in so many ways. For me to be talking to you like this, I would not say it's just a miracle.
I've known her for like 4 years now. And then it's been an amazing journey with her. And then she loves helping the youth. That's the most important thing about it. She's so passionate about the young people. And then she has affected me in so many ways. That's why I'm always close to her.
Sometimes, if I get angry, maybe all these places will start. Meeting her made me to like control my anger and be humble.
Onyinye was only 14 when she resolved that she was not only going to help humanity, but she had become the voice of the youths. And since then, she has never looked back.
For so many years, I've been speaking for them. Through the media, through the newspaper, through press briefing. One of the activism or noise, good noise, I used to call it good noise, that made me so elated was the passage of the bill for persons with disability. I think I've had like over 20 to 25 very peaceful protests in favor of young persons, trying to galvanize quick action and democratic participation for youths.
If you say the voice, you're also referring to her. She's that voice that speaks for the youth inclusion. You know, you need youth involvement, the progress of the youth. You know, she's even our matron.
She has been of help to me when I was a bit stranded, and she empowers people, encouraging them to get to where they are going to.
The journey of advocacy, empowerment, and activism has not been without trials. Yet, Through every difficulty and every daunting challenge, her voice remains unwavering, rising above noise, resonating with purpose and power.
There's a lot of emotional chapters to being a voice. I put in a lot people don't see, and they will never see. There was a time a case was so bad. This story is very life-threatening. The long and short of it was that I got almost being traveled out of this country. I understood something about change. Over time, somebody catches the light. And as soon as one person catches that light, the person does not stop. That's why we must continue.
In a society where people wait for change to come from above, this legend chose to become the change and the reason a generation dares to believe in change. It is therefore not surprising that every now and then our community finds a way to say thank you, a quiet reminder that our efforts are seen and felt.
Sachs. Woo! Give it up, give it up, give it up. I mean, he's doing it again and again and again. Thank you so much, Reverend Tolu Sachs. Now another legend just joined our conversation, and it is my singular honor to welcome to the Weekend D Studios Adai Joseph Onogu. He is the founder and country director of AgDec, which means Agricultural Development for Economic Growth Initiative. We'll see his profile, go on a break, and then we meet him. So don't go away.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara.
You know, Ene was just talking bananas in our food and nutrition segment, and guess what? One of our legends contributed immensely, and it gives us great pleasure. You saw his profile before the break to welcome yet another legend of many communities, and he wears so many caps. What a versatile legend. We welcome you to Weekend Day.
Thank you so much.
And you
It's
had
my
a
pleasure
very
to be here.
interesting contribution to that banana talk. We were saying bananas these days don't last more than 36 hours.
Yeah.
But you said we need to have the eye to find what we like on our taste. So tell us.
Exactly. Basically, there are lots of things that happen around the fruit industry. Most of them get quickly ripened for the market by lots of sharp practices in the market. So people use carbonates and the rest to ripen them. The carbide that you see from the roadside battery, battery chargers and the rest.
Yeah.
So they use it to ripen these bananas. And that's why you find out that there is a quick, the shelf life is very, very short. Beyond the shortness of the shelf life, it's also cancerous. So one of the ways you get to know if this banana is has been quickly ripened, you look at the evenness of the ripeness. And then you also look at the edge. Most times the traces, the white substance around the edge, especially at the peak. It tells you that this carbide was used to ripen this banana. But beyond that, we still have a lot of natural bananas in the wild, in the market. We just need to identify them. Basically, that's it.
We need to identify them. Okay, so when somebody who is young is talking agriculture, is talking about a value chain, is talking about an expert, an agric enthusiast, I'm wondering, why agriculture? Why do you feel you should touch the society through agriculture? And what started you on this path? I like beginnings.
Okay, why agriculture? Wow, interesting question. First and foremost, Nigeria is going through serious food insecurity, right? Did it touch everybody? Every single profession is touched.
Yes.
So first and foremost, the basis for human existence and sustenance is your food.
Yes, absolutely.
Our raw materials come from agriculture. But then let's go back. Why agriculture? For me, two things really played out here. First and foremost, as a very young star, my mom has this farm, and I'm always in the garden doing one or two things. And this emphasizes the importance as what our mothers and parents do can really shape on our tomorrow. I got very interested in all of these things around the farm, and then gradually, but I didn't know that I'll end up being a professional in agriculture. For me, it was just, okay, something exciting, seeing plants grow and getting something out of them. You know, and then by the time I applied for my degree, I wanted to do engineering like Greg. And somehow, by divine providence, I got given soil science in the University of Agriculture, Makurdi, after having a very good score. And I got confused. What is the meaning of this? But then, again, like I said, divine providence, the hand of God was great. I was able to find my footing, to find out, look, I have all it takes to achieve the best in this field, and this aligns with my passion. So basically, I just ran with it. And I've also ventured into different fields. I've been in the oil company, I've been in the insurance, I've been in the banking. But guess what? My fulfillment is in agriculture. And that is why today we are mentoring people on all fronts and making impact. It's no longer a job. It's a fulfillment of purpose. It's a fulfillment of a divine call, put it that way. And that helps me to just push beyond whatever obstacles, turning every obstacle to more like successes. Basically, that's it.
Like a blessing. Indeed, a man of versatility. Very inspiring there. And let me bring that divine calling to our two legends here. Earlier, we were querying Greg. Greg, you left a big jobs career to come to Nigeria. Are you feeling fulfilled? So let us take it from Mr. Joe. Let me start with you, Billy Kisu. Divine calling, does it resonate with you, with what you're doing today? Mass communicating in the waste to wealth sphere?
Yeah. I start from him is a divine calling because service to humanity is service to God. So I just need to give up to the society, not just to myself alone. So it's a divine calling indeed. Yes.
Greg, does it resonate?
I resonate with something he said about even if he wanted to do engineering and he's in soil science, he took that to the next level. And I believe that if you have great trust and belief in yourself, you can apply that to anything you want. Whether it's soil science, engineering, math, banking, whatever it may be, mass comm as well. As long as you have that deep belief, I believe that you can apply it to more. We have infinite potential.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me ask the question that might have to go round. We've talked about your successes, your making inroad into the future and all. But I'm sure there are some challenges. It's not all. So let's hear some of your challenges, Mr. Greg, and then Bill Kosu, and then of course.
I mean, just running a business in Nigeria, I think we all can understand how tough the environment has been. Just trying to be resilient, trying to stay focused on the task at hand, even though the future might not be as clear. But we still stay focused, we still stay motivated, and impacting our people. I think, getting in Innovate, we have almost 150 employees. And it's a lot of youth, it's a lot of young, able people, and we have to constantly keep them motivated, keep their drives up. So that's a bit of a challenge, but we're
much energy in there. You have to curtail that energy.
Yes.
Okay, what are your challenges?
Okay, we have lots of challenges, but some challenges. There are challenges there, but this is something that you are intentional about. So you just need to shy away from the challenges a bit and be focused on what you.
So you ignore your challenges, like challenges, please sit down, take a back seat. I'm going forward.
Yeah, I'm going forward.
I'm going forward, girl. That's a challenge. Now that we're all talking challenges, maybe I'll say my own too. And
wow, challenges. For me, basically, I've seen every single challenge as an opportunity to innovate.
Wow.
There's a popular saying that goes that the Stone Age never came to an end for lack of stones, but for innovation. And then you see that we can always see the cup or the bottle is half empty or half filled. It's all about perception. And so for me, I turn every single challenge that comes my way into an opportunity. So it's a raw material. And I'll tell you very quickly why AgDeg. I was working with USAID, and Trump came, the change in US policy that shut down USAID.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people feel, oh, this is bad, but we need to take our destinies in our hands And that is what I looked at as one of the challenges, and I converted it into AgDeg, and today we are running. We are filling up that gap. So basically, are there challenges? Yes. When I was working with Barclays Bank some years back, and I felt the need to come back home to impact. When I came back home, did I run into challenge? I invested massively and I lost everything.
No.
Like you said, yes, I lost everything. And that period was a huge challenge for me. But we have to stay focused on what the dream, the goal was.
Absolutely.
It took like about 2 years plus, and then I began to pick my rhythm again. And today, we are where we are. So every single challenge is an opportunity. There is none that is negative. It depends on your perception. You just look at them, pray through them, stay focused, and look into this challenge. What is that opportunity? And I give you just one last one. I think about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, we had the issue of we're already facing food insecurity. And a lot of people are saying, open the borders, do this, do that. And some of us simply went back to the farms and told the farmers, hit the field. Hit the field. There's opportunity to make more money. There's opportunity to solve the national crisis. A lot of people didn't. I did. I took charge. I expanded my farm. I started processing my rice. And by the time the food crisis came and prices had shot up, people were crying, but some of us were just smiling. Not because we made all the money in the world, but because we're able to solve some problem for the society and also able to take care of some bills. So basically, every single challenge is a raw material for better things to happen.
Wow. Tell my friend I was going to say my challenges, but I will say them. They are not my raw materials.
They are raw materials, yes.
I'm not even, I don't have challenges.
You know that...
I have plenty raw materials. Plenty raw materials.
you know, you are talking about challenge and we are able to laugh.
Yes.
It's because of the way you have presented what you went through. You glossed over the challenging part in less than 1 minute and you expatiated with the growth. Even through that surgeon, I can see your joy, your energy, your sense of fulfillment is contagious. So, in fact, I'm raw. You are the material. Let's give it up. You know, sometimes, we assume that to be called a legend, your bank account has like 500 zeros. We're learning different today. Sometimes by the words you speak, you leave indelible prints that people will never forget. I've taken one here, one here, one here. There's yet more coming. Wow. Wow. Your messages are coming in, and in just a bit patience, we take them. But first, we'll touch base in Yanagwa, where they are talking legacies for the future. We are speaking the now. What is happening in Agua, talking about the future? Please share with us.
In the heart of the Niger Delta, Bayelsa State in particular, these trailblazers have transformed their struggles into triumphs, inspiring a new generation to build a better world.
It's a tough world because you seeing yourself that one day you may die or you live. You seeing yourself having a future ahead of you, which you see that's supposed to be bright, and you see it as a dark future. You do things which you know this is bad, but you find yourself doing it. That's how it was.
It's not something you advise the upcoming youth to go into. It's like a death warrant. Once you become a member, you have already signed for that to live to old age or to call it short in the halfway.
Change can be scary, but it can also be liberating.
Being a militant is a different thing. Being a change man is a different thing. Because you see that there is a hope before you. There is a life before you, like me.
One transformed life, transforming countless others. Change is possible. Hope is real.
It was a day we were going out for a nightclub. On our way back, we had an accident, and we barely made out of it at the end. So while in the hospital, a thought just came, if you didn't go to that nightclub that day, would you have had this accident? So the thought of surviving the accident made me have a U-turn in my life. So when I came out from the hospital, I actually sat down and had a rethink. What should I do with my life that will benefit me tomorrow, for me to recover the wasted years? It's better I go into business. So I end up opening a laundry shop.
At a point in a man's life, you sit down and think the way forward. Check your life if you are really forging ahead or you are doing yourself. And the battle there is that, most times you don't have where to sleep. You might be under rain till the next day, under sun. You will be with one shirt for 1 week. So when you compare all these things, you don't have option than to change.
I have a sensitization program, and so many of them were able to listen to me, and some of them I enroll them in the school. One of them is a lecturer now, and so many of them are into wedding job, some of them into fabrication, some of them driving and all that. And as I speak to you, they are all doing very, very well.
These individuals are not only overcoming their past, but also guiding today's generation to build a brighter future.
Most of those people that are in the community, that the society being afraid of, they are now be friends and then friendly to the society.
He has carried youth along during business.
He has impacted my life in so many ways through this handwork, and I've not been able to think of negative things.
They are now powerful voices against crime, inspiring others not to follow in their past negative footsteps.
When I came out from the street, the community, with all good hands, they accept me for my turnaround and for my change, believing that I will never go back to sin, which I have stand for the peace. I am even there to preach for the other ones that have not yet turned around, to make sure they come out from the creek, they come out from the street for a turnaround and for the way forward of peace.
When I was a militant, if I'm to talk, they will see me as someone that is not making sense. They will not honor the words of my mouth, and that's for sure. Because you cannot tell somebody to change when you have not changed. We try to give them that encouragement so that they too will change of it.
But since I got my freedom, now it's better than before.
There's no society that grew, that gone through all this things. So all of us must join hands together to better this country by shunning anything illegality and focus on reality.
Their legacies will continue to inspire future generations. So, let's draw from their experiences and strive for a brighter tomorrow.
I agree with that last respondent. Let's shun all forms of illegality. I mean, in studio here are people telling you their real life situations and stories. There's so many legal things we can do. Well, your messages are coming in, and let me start with this. Somebody says, I really enjoyed this show. This Mr. Joe is really talking sense. Wow. I have learned a lot from him, and I would love to work under him. So, Mr. Joe, note that. Somebody now said, how do you recognize banana without carbide? Because I almost pushed to death last week from eating bananas. Then she now said, good morning. You didn't tell us if you were a man or a woman. You said, another one now said, this is an interesting program. How can those of us in the rural area benefit from what Mr. Ibe and Bilkesu are saying? Alhaji Gako Karo site Abuja. Then no one says, good morning, weekend deal guest, Mr. Ibe and Bilkesu. Thank you for guiding us on how to invest into business. From Aliu Sarki Mohammed from Benue State. Good morning, my beautiful duo host of Weekend Deal, and thank you so much for encouragement and your impactful program. Please try to avail us the contact of all your guests. Of course we will. After the show, we'll get right back to you if our guests permit.
Patience, that'll be your raw material.
I won't say anything. I would say a whole lot is going on here, since they told us that our challenges should become raw materials. So I told them my own raw materials, and Thelma is not taking my raw materials serious. I have plenty raw materials, not challenges.
Okay. I was saying something before Patience started reading. I was like, when we all have challenges, it's not everyone that gives up. We pursue them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't give us that result you're talking about. Is it that we don't stand on the challenge too long enough? Is it that we don't have tenacity or the focus? Or you guys truly are a gift? I was saying, I say people are sent from above. It's not because this legend, should everybody wear the title? It's not commonplace now. That's why they say you're unsung heroes. Think not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. How many of us, Mr. Joe, can be that selfless? Let me start from you.
Yeah.
They say, a popular saying by the Chinese, that when a man wakes up, that is his own morning. So it's all about realization. Once we can think through things and say, look, what lies behind this thing for us, then it gives you the extra energy to stay focused. And I give you just a quick example. In 2022, I had taken some of our MSMEs to the bank to source loans for agriculture. As usual, commercial lending are more like the marketplace thing.
Wow.
And so they ask the farmers for so many things they are unable to bring. But I've told these people, don't worry, things are changing, believe in Nigeria and all of that. At the end of the day, by the end of July, they simply say they can't give these facilities to these farmers. What do they have to do? I feel we can't fail them. And so I quickly rallied around some of my MSMEs and we got credit from among ourselves and gave to 500 smallholder farmers. At no collateral, nothing. 32 million, 500 farmers at the end of July. By January 7th, not a single kobo was outside. It was fully paid.
Wow.
So basically, it's just believing in what you do, staying focused. Of course, you also pray through it.
Yeah.
And stay focused. And then you also remember that your life is not just, you're not just living your life for yourself. You are living your life with the burden of so many other people around you. And we're all here to make impact.
Yeah.
So, yes, that became a model that today we've celebrated. And that earned me the Winrock Value Hero Award for Innovation in 2022.
Woo!
So, basically, it's all about just staying focused and putting in the whole, just put in your effort. If it fails, at least you give your best.
Yeah.
But if you give your best, something will definitely come out of it.
Indeed.
Well done, that's amazing. We continue to be inspired in the studio, even as you're inspired, we hope. Now, Tama said something, don't always think about what you can get from the society, but what you can also give back to the society. And it's against that backdrop that we are taking this next contribution by NA, and it's titled Giving Back.
In a world that is ever evolving and sometimes fraught with financial downtime, kindness is that beacon of light that shines onto the vulnerable. This is the journey of Senator Sunday Karimi as he gives back to communities. His vision and generosity is reshaping the narrative and promoting care, hope, and love for all, especially the empowerment of women's cooperative societies and conducive environments for those protecting lives and properties.
Dedication and collaborative effort exhibited by a true illustrious son of Egbe and Yaba local government area, Senator Karimi Sunday Steve, who has proven to be a man who is focused on ensuring security and progress for his community.
I appreciate God for this. I just felt this is the little I can do to help not only my community. This project will serve the entire Kogi West. This project will serve the people of Kwara State. This project will serve the people of Ekiti and Osun State. And this project will serve Nigeria as a whole.
From Kogi State, such an experience, as impactful as it is becoming, has attracted many.
I will start sending money to the cooperatives.
Thank you, ma'am. More grace.
Cooperatives will now give you people money for you to add to your businesses.
He has built us financially, and we believe that by the next time we are going to meet again, our business will have been shooting up with enough profiting. We thank him so much.
From a humble beginning, he rose throughout the rank of the corporate world, but never forgot his background and community. He never downplays the importance of education through his Students' Bursary initiative. Through his unwavering support, he has empowered the women and those protecting us, ensuring a safer future generation to come. This surely serves as a clarion call for others to close gaps that make us vulnerable as a nation wherever possible, starting now.
Have you heard the news? The federal government of Nigeria, through its direct benefit transfer program, has started the disbursement of 75,000 naira per household in 3 installments of 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 naira. Each recipient must have a validated national identification number, NIN, to receive the payment on behalf of their household members. To benefit, your household must be in the National Social Register of Poor and Vulnerable Households in Nigeria. The federal government's direct benefit transfer program is helping to reduce the effect of suffering while promoting financial and economic inclusion for the poor and vulnerable population in Nigeria.
Ìjọba fún wa ní 75,000. NIN àti káàdì láti lọ gbà. Nígbà tí mo sì gbà, mo fi ṣe nǹkan tó dáa, mo ra oògùn nínú rẹ̀. Mo ra oúnjẹ tí màá jẹ nínú rẹ̀. Mo sì wọkọ̀ mi náà ń bẹ. A sì fi yòókù ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ajé pé káàtó máa rí dé bá. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba wa òkè.
This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, in collaboration with the National Social Investment Programs Agency, National Social Safety Net's Coordinating Office, and the National Cash Transfer Office.
Wow. Okay. I am excited. And when I'm excited like this, it's because one young... Now, if you're a lover and a fan of Weekend Deal, Sule is one of our pioneer presenters. You know, Sule Babajia Usman, but I call him USB for short.
USB.
Yes, USB. I mean, these are the days of abbreviations. PO.
Sule, seeing you brings back the most amazing memories.
Yes.
And you are warmly welcome. But even though you were not gone, no, you were very close. We've been seeing you over time. It's great to see you here again in the Weekend Day Studio.
Yes.
And it's time for sports. And guess who Godwin is talking with today? One of us, Joe, he's been a sports anchor for over 3 decades. What are they talking about? Well, Godwin, tell us more. We are at the peak of our program.
That's a good opportunity. Little bit of space. Moses Simon down the left-hand side. Can he get a shot in? Squares it into the back of the net. Nigeria! It's Lookman. Lookman's done it. He's got that goal. Beautiful work from the wingers. Nigeria take the lead.
The Super Eagles might be doing their job on the pitch, but there's someone that is the voice of this team. A media officer is always attached to all, not just football, all the national teams of Nigeria. Even club sides, they have them everywhere. And one of the guys that made my job as a journalist very easy, working as a media officer of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, is the man we're going to be talking to on this edition of Sports Summit on Weekend Deal. And your guess is as good as mine. What does it take to be a media officer? What are the challenges? My name is Godwin A. Nakana. It's Sports Summit on Weekend Deal.
Fly your way to victory with Jet Niger. Enjoy instant winnings when you play Jet Niger at any Bet Niger retail outlet. Just walk into any Bet Niger shop and be part of the action. The fun is real. The winnings are massive. Jet Niger is available in all Bet Niger retail outlets nationwide. Not for persons under the age of 18. Bet responsibly.
Feye Ibitoye is waiting to talk to us this morning. Former Super Eagles media officer, a young man who understands the business like the back of his hand. Tony Bitoye, good morning to you, and how are you doing? It's been a while.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be on your show. I'm happy to be here, and thank you once again for giving me this platform.
Straight up, what were the challenges that you faced as a media officer?
The biggest challenge is accommodating contrary opinion, accommodating different thinkings, different opinions, and, you know, still getting to work along with people. So that for me is the biggest challenge.
The world knows, Tony Bitoye, that you were very, very close with the late Super Eagles captain and, of course, manager, the big boss, Stephen Keshi. Can you share some of those memorable moments you had working with him?
Yeah, I had a lot of unforgettable moments with Stephen Keshi, but let me dwell on one, and that was when he was about to be sacked. He was still calm, he was still, you know, unassuming, he was still confident, and he never, you know, reduced his love, his patriotism, and his desire for the national team to excel. In spite of all that he went through, he still remained committed.
That got me really emotional to him, but now, still talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, I want to make you a prophet. Can we qualify for the FIFA World Cup holding next year in the Americas?
The answer is yes, we can still qualify. It's tough, it's difficult. People feel it is almost impossible, but never say never. It is still possible for us to qualify. There is still a chance for us to qualify. It can still happen.
Before I let you go, can you talk us through the most difficult moments as the media officer of the Super Eagles working with the team before a game?
There were a lot of difficult games, difficult moments, but one stands out, and that was in 2016 under Coach Samson Siasia when we were playing the Nations Cup qualifier against Egypt, and we needed to get a result against Egypt in Egypt. It was so tough. It was so tough. I mean, the feeling, the tension, the anxiety was something else. At the end of the day, we lost that game and didn't qualify for the 2017 AFCON. But that was some unbelievable pressure that we went through.
Samson Siasia will often say, if you're not ready for pressure, don't take that job. Tony, thank you so very much for being part of the show this morning.
Thank you.
That's about the size of the show. Sports Summit on Weekend Deal. Don't forget, I always ask you to pray for Nigeria. My name is Godwin Enakana. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Godwin and Ahina, for that sports beat. Quite an engaging interaction there. And of course, my name is Suleiman Babajiao Usman. It's a pleasure to be with you today. And while the sports segment was on, the Thelma and Patience have been asking me about my raw material, of course. Don't worry, I'll tell you about my raw material after the show. But I tell you one thing, as soon as we're leaving this studio, I'm holding Mr. Joseph. We're working out together.
We are holding him, we're holding you.
All right, let's quickly take the papers. We start with Weekend Trust. Below the masthead, we have how Cabal bypassed me. Smuggled memos to Buhari, says Gambari. Details of that can be found on page 4. Kanu's threat to break up Nigeria, not a joke, says federal government. Details of that can be found on page 14. Still on page 14, Tinubu appoints IBB's son, others as head of agencies. Mohammed Babangida there, he was actually appointed as the board chairman of Bank of Agriculture, if you like, the revamped Bank of Agriculture. Now we have this screening headline which says Buhari's political legacy, who takes over? Details of that on page 4. And I ask you, who takes over? Really, it's a huge, huge, huge tax. Mr. Joseph.
Thanks, USB. It's who takes over. Very interesting. Every single Nigerian should take over. And in our fields, whatever we do, just think more of the people. What can I impact? And of recent, very quickly, just of recent, finances are a bit difficult in the country. But with the launch of AgDeg, we've been able to pull about 54 million naira as credit to smallholder farmers without asking for birth certificates and all of that at zero deposit. And these farmers tell me by the time they are harvesting, about 190 of them, by the end of the harvest season, what do you think they'll see us like?
Like Buhari.
They just see you as that person who has brought so much to them. So who takes over? Every single Nigerian should take over.
Amazing.
Interesting submission there. And then from battlefield to royalty, generals turned traditional rulers. The details of that can be found on page 10. Now, crossing over to the next paper, we have a leadership weekend. And NTA raises concern as forex volatility, high interest rates threaten MSMEs. Details of that on page 18. Widowed at 32, I thought. Sued, farmed to raise 6 children. Kano teacher, and talking about the farming opportunities we have in Nigeria. The truth of the fact is that we have huge land in Nigeria. We are blessed with land, but what are we doing with it? That's a big, question that we must answer. And just like you say, we all have a responsibility.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people are going into farm. To tell you the truth, I actually started farming this year.
Excellent.
Which is I'm proud of myself. Really. And I'm planning to go big. Now, Tinubu hires IBB's son as BOA chairman. Of course, we've taken that before. Large documents upload behind NSCDC, FFS, NIS recruitment portal crash investigation. The screen headline here says why Buhari was reluctant to sack ministers. Ex-Chief of Staff Gambari. Details of that on page 4. It has some writers here. Says cabal in the late president's government tried to undermine me. Praises of Shimbajo for decorum. What Nigerians didn't know about Buhari, Fashola Amechi Dare. The picture story there is that of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Alhaji Tajuddin Dandata, Minister of Defense Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, Alhaji Tanko Yakase during the President's condolence visit to the Dantata family in Kano State yesterday. Below that, we have Beyond the Scars, Sokoto's unending battle against flesh-eating normal disease. This is actually a dangerous disease affecting children below 6. And then it's actually a very dangerous bacteria, which certainly, if actions are not really taken, even after, they survive it, the scar stays with them forever. Now to the last paper we have with us this morning, that is Blueprint. Just above the masthead, we have Anyaku led the Patriot advocates new constitution for Nigeria. Says 2-chamber federal legislature are too expensive, outlaws cross-carpeting by elected officials, validates independent candidacy, diaspora voting. Of course, these are areas that a lot of people are seeking reform in. Now, what will interest you, Thelma and Patience, the unforgettable hero, Tom Adaba.
Wow.
Of course, details of that can be found on page 23. Indeed, Professor Tom Adaba's Midas touch on broadcast media is ever, memorable. Forest Guard law, how it can turn the tide in fight against insecurity, hunters, others. And we have, let's take this last one, 2024 AFCON. Super Falcons crush Zambia, zoom into semi-finals.
Whoa, where you at?
Are you backing them to win this tournament? If they win, it will be their 12th.
12.
Wow.
Okay,
Exactly.
10?
12th.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Record extending victory.
Their territory, the continent, but we need them to take it global.
Yes.
We want them to use this year to stamp their territory on the global platform.
Okay, let me quickly read this message, please. I think it's amazing, even though the person didn't tell us his name, where he's reaching out. Say, Weekend Deal is vastly underrated, well produced, great presenters, and lively guests. Put your hands together for yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We are on the last lap, so let's get to know. While already sharing that you are thinking more of country than self. So wrap up, summarize all we have done today in less than 1 minute. You.
Yes. Your last words, basically.
Pretty much, just to say this, we have been focused over the last 30 plus years on human capital development, which was a staple in my father's legacy. And he The staple has led him to train over 20,000 teachers. It's led him to train over 1,000 lecturers and professionals. It's led him to build a private university in Abia State where we've graduated close to 1,000 individuals in the last 15 years. So it's Nigeria's youthful population is greatly needs our help.
Well done, well done. So, because
okay, so basically you've been on the humanity side and all of that. So to all our viewers out there, you need to be the change you want to see in the society. You don't just need to wait for the government to be the change. The change begins with you. You can take up that bold step and be the change. Thank you.
all right, Joe.
And finally, food. Everybody needs food.
Yes.
You can turn the little garden in your house where you have your flowers. You can turn them to a little garden. Produce your tomatoes, produce what you can do. And to everybody out there, just to say that we need to have a reawakening for agri-extension. We need to get the youth involved. We need to make farming more lucrative. Not just lucrative, but more attractive to everybody. And then this will help us to come out of the current food situation that we find ourselves. So again, to all Nigerians, all the best as we battle the food insecurity.
But can you just say a word to those people who put carbide or they do something to accelerate the ripening process, and by association, they are harming our health?
Basically, this is like, it's like a knife in the heart. To see that food that should give life is being turned to a weapon of destruction. We're causing cancer to people. We're causing a lot of failures, organ failures in people's body when they eat what we give to them that they buy with their money. Please, there are so many ways to make money, and we are open to guide you on how to improve on your production.
Well done. Today we are just telling you that greatness doesn't have to be headlines. It comes from the heart. You can be great in that corner. God bless you all. Take it away, sir.
Tomorrow is all about the fashion revolution in Nigeria. We'll see you there. God bless you.
Hey, thank you.
I'm going home. Go. Then we investigate. Whether it's a 14 years something.